Hey, good morning, YouTube. Kenny coming at you today. We got a video. We're going to go over a couple things that we've been doing. I have been kind of MIA for a while, doing a few other things and getting some things done off camera. So what we're going to do is take some time now to just show you all what we've been working on, what we got going on, and maybe get something started. We'll figure out where this video is going to go. But before we get too far in, hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. Man, it's super bright out here. Thank God the snow is finally melting and everything. But go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that the next time I upload a video, you'll be able to follow along. You'll be able to get the notifications, and you'll be able to share this content. And it'll help this channel grow. Seems like a lot of people who reach out to me on these always talk about, oh, you deserve more love. Well, time to do that by liking and subscribing, sharing the content. Let's go ahead inside the shop and see what's going on. All right, everyone. So we're in the shop. Ooh, it's freaking cold in here. Going to turn the heater on in a minute. But what I am doing is just, up here, I need to fix these lights. I do have a new set here on the floor. That's what I'm going to be doing in the shop today. But right now, what I'm going to do is just keep you all informed of what we got going on. So let's turn around and look at my Raptor. We'll look at that in the next video. And we'll go ahead and take a look at my 89 Yamaha Banshee right here. All right, so this thing has completely been redone. It has been pretty much done all off camera. I don't think I've made any videos about this one. What I'm doing today is we're just coming out here, and as you see, underneath is completely dry. Gas has been left on all night. Oil is inside the machine, and so is coolant, so nothing is leaking. And it's been in here for about, I would say, 24 hours. We have our basically OEM motor, vapor blasted the cases, made them look absolutely pristine in there. Powder coated all of this and cleaned all this up. It's just dusty right now, but all that's powder coated. The frame has been done a Acura silver, and everyone states that it takes us back a little bit more on the silver side to where like the older Banshees look. The newer ones, people say it looks a little bit closer to the alien silver, but we're going to just go Acura silver. We have original Dunlop rear tires with a 10-inch wheel with that oversized hub in there. Vapor blasted the front hubs, but we have your standard front wheels here with the Duro tires on the front. We got some Vito's plastics. I see everyone's online with a war right now. Vito's this, Vito's that, Vito's this. I don't use any of the Vito's life-saving or life-altering things. So I don't really use the shocks. I used the shocks in the previous build, but I saw recently that somebody had one break. I mean, people have had things break before. And, I get it. Price point is not too horrible. However, the OEM ones probably have better welds, but they're not meant to skyrocket. Now, I'm not saying that person who had them built, jumped over a house. I don't know what was going on, but I just don't see a person just taking it through your normal yard or normal standard trail on the front end, just snapping off to the point to where you sustain substantial injuries and hospitalized and all that. But that's just me talking outside here. We have our red bucket lights. These are OEM. Glass, everything is OEM. We do have some LED bulbs in there. And we have our plugs. I do have some adapters coming from South Texas Banshee. And those are going to take it from here to the round plug style. So the round plug style is going to allow everything to just be plug and play. Nothing has been cut off of this harness. It has all the Tours plugs still there, even though I did do the Tours delete. Let me rephrase that. One is cut off. They bypassed the key and cut that off. I do have let's see if I can see it in there. See the wires right down there. Is that the wires? No. Sticking out here, down there. Anyways, if you can't see them, you can't see them. We have a new plug coming from South Texas Banshee as well. Going to get the connector on. I know the 89 has the bars to go across. So I didn't really think it was really worth buying. this was going to be my machine that I kept. So I did have to go back and do a lot of things different. I was going to run some LEDs in this thing and have some like halos and demon eyes. I did show them in another video that I was going to run on the 95, but we're going to throw that in here real quick. I thought it would be cool to do that and do a DC conversion and everything on it. But since then, I decided to go ahead and just make it back stock. And I have some other things that I would like to do. I'm getting way too many toys, and I have lack of time to ride, which is fine. This is going to be my primary riding machine. I have my 421 that you all know of. I have my Raptor 700. A 350 Banshee. It was going to be all stock, but, you know, this was going to be kind of like my more collector's model thing. My favorite colors or my favorite combinations are the 92. That's one of the ones I really like, and the 89. The 92 because the color scheme. But, man, it's gotten overrated, and it just kind of went crazy with Vito's coming out with some semi-replica, with the replica colors. I mean, I did one years ago before all that, and it was pretty bad. But now I see them kind of more often. I don't see these as often. I think I've seen one or two. What I like about it is, of course, I like the red. I like the gray seat, the gray tank covers. Actually, I got some tank covers coming from Willie Hustle on Instagram. Follow him down. I have his thing down here somewhere. But I got some tank covers coming from him. What I liked is just the subtle differences. The oversized 10-inch rear wheels. Those are a plus. Usually they only come with 9s. These here also do not come with heel guards. And they come with not even the heel guard mount. The foot pegs are a little bit more narrow. They're a little bit more narrow. And that's about the main differences that I see in them. Of course, they're J-arm. There's 3 years. 87, 88, 89, J-arm. 90, they started making them A-arm. But everything else seems to be pretty decent. This year does have the tail light, not the brake light. So that's about it. OEM electronics throughout the whole thing. CDI, rectifier, stator, comes up to here. The coil, key switch, or the on and off switch. I think this is an aftermarket key. But, you know, we're just waiting on small things now. We got to get the throttle cap there. That's going to be coming. I ordered that from, I purchased a whole throttle and a couple extra caps from Spencer Clipperton. If you don't know, now you do. He is the go-to guy that I use for a lot of parts. Before I buy anything from some of the websites, I reach out to him first. Real easy to deal with. He's always responded well. I kind of found out about him before I started understanding or going through all these other websites. So usually I reach out to him. Hey, you got this, this, and this? He'll be like, yeah, I got it, or no, I don't have it. If he don't have it, then I'll go, not that I'm knocking these other guys, then I'll go to Redo Banshee, Lawless, and West Coast ATV parts. I think Dave Green is Lawless. West Coast is Brian Eoff. And I can't remember who Redo is. But that's it. I mean, everything looks great. We need to get our supports that come from here to go up to bring our plastics down. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice machine. Got these, I did get these arms from West Coast. And my boy bought the J-arm spindles and brakes. I don't really have a problem with that style setup. I know they changed them in the years going forward, but the J-arm styles is more like a car. The caliper just kind of lays forward and you can change the brakes on there. But he ordered those from West Coast as well. I think it was like $200. So we got those. I mean, yeah. Go ahead and take a look at it from the other side. Yeah. So everything's good to go there. Let's see what we have here. Let me think. We have the T6 pipes with the silencers sticking out the back. Now, those T6 pipes, I think they sound great. We have the OEM stator, side cover. I do have small things, like I said, that I'm waiting on. As you see down here, it's missing one of the chain rollers, which is right there in that area. So I have a chain roller coming in. We're down to the wire now. Top end is a fresh bore, but it's on its last life. This is going to be my personal one. So we're at like a 64.25, a 66.25. I think 66.5 in that area. We're kind of maxed out. So standardly, you're going to have to get these things rebuilt at some point. I mean, let me rephrase it. It's not a standard thing. If you lose compression, you need to get it rebuilt. Rebuilding is going to cost you, this is just rough numbers, $200 to $220 for the pistons. It's going to cost you for the work. It's going to cost you about $150 to have it bored. Usually it's somewhere around 70 to 80 in West Virginia, 70 to 80 per cylinder. So you're at roughly $200 by the time you ship it there and have it shipped back, because I don't have anywhere local. I use HJRs, who I use for my first set. And that's a rough estimate, around that $400 to $420 area is what it costs for me in this area. But I've also used Todd Witt's, or Witt's Power Sports or Motorsports, and it's roughly the same thing. I have different reasons why I'll do it with different people. I just wanted to try something different. My friend Jake I met him down at Badlands. Well, I met him years ago. He's the one who actually sold me the frame for this thing, and he shipped it to me from, I think, like Wisconsin or something. But he shipped me the frame for this thing, and then slowly off screen, I've just built it. And as I've gotten these different machines and I found deals, I've collected parts and bought parts until finally I had it as a roller, and then here we are. Got the plastics on Black Friday thing. But anyways, Jay Green and I, we went down to Badlands last year, had a great time down there with the side-by-sides. They're going to do it with another trip. I think I'm having scheduling conflicts with the wife, and it was just safer to not commit to it and then find out the wife, I didn't want to do that. So, where was I at? I got that from Jake. He introduced me to Todd. I reached out to Todd, and one of the things was Todd's communication was great. Not that HJR is not. His communication was great. I had some questions for him. I actually sent him a set of cylinders out that I had got from someone else, and I said, hey, the person told me this, this, and this. He gave me his opinion, and he gives me estimates, and his turnaround time is fast, and he's responsive. And with that being said, he's still a grown man, and he still has a job, and I don't expect men to just be, I don't expect men to just be sitting around like, oh, you messaged me, why isn't messaged back? Nah, he's got his own thing going. So, you had $400 for getting that top end done. Then, with this one, what you'll have to do is possibly buy new cylinders or have them re-sleeved. Re-sleeving is expensive. But new cylinders, I'll usually get mine for around in that $250 area. So it's an additional $250. So it's not really like, oh God, it's going to cost me an extra $1,000. And this machine is priced as such. My other machines are a lot more expensive. And it's even like electronics. I'd rather just throw the electronics on there that are more expensive. It is not worth it for me to try to battle or go through later on and try to price it down because I use Chinese stuff versus Vito's electronics. So I just try to use all OEM stuff on these. But let's go back to the camera and less on me. Back to the machine and less on me. All right, so down in here we have the cylinders. Like I said, everything. These are just blank cases. This is a 2GU, so it's OEM in there. We have the Pro Design Cool Head on there. 22cc domes. I'm wanting to say we're at about 135 PSI in there. Like I said, it looks real good. I do have I think it's a Moto Quad temperature gauge. OEM carbs, choke pull. Everything passed the leak down test. The leak down leaked 0.1 in 10 minutes-ish. And like I said, the fuel's been on. We got just some clamps. We have our OEM Makunis in there. Everything has been cleaned out. We're at 1.5 turns out. We're at a 25 pilot and a 170 main. And we're also running the airbox with the lid removed and with the KNN with the outerwear on it. So, yeah, we're getting about it. What do I have left? Like I said, last go around, I have that chain roller, which is coming. I have a Bluetooth chain. The chain's in the mail, so that's going to be here. I also have the rear brake set up. Everything has already been powder coated. I just need to put it all together. Like I said, I got mess everywhere. Forgive me, everyone. But these are some ones that I just did on the side. But this is the rear one that I'm just getting together. Vapor blast to this, but I am going to zinc plate the hardware just so it doesn't rust because I can already see that. I also have the rear brake, park brake bracket somewhere around here. Like I said, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 machines in here. So things kind of just get set down in random places, especially when I have my son helping me. Rear brakes, rear brake hose, the master cylinder is all good. I have that cover to put on, which I have lying around here somewhere as well. I think it's over there. And the brackets for the front plastics, but you know, yeah, we're getting there. See if I can go ahead and get it started up for us. Freaking cold. But yeah, so a little bit more tweaking to it. Like I said, it is 15 degrees here until I just turn my heater on. But overall, I'm liking it. What is that? A little piece of lint on there? Yeah. See, I decided to go ahead and, you know, upload this video, put this video out there, because a lot of you have been asking what's going on. I know I have somebody who's already wanting to buy the Tri-Z, but I'm just trying to get things done in order to how they came in. So I was working on the Tri-Z. It was going to be mine. This one was going to be mine, so I was working on my own stuff. Then I ended up getting and the Raptor's mine. So the Raptor went to the shop. We'll talk about that later. And then in the meantime, I ended up getting this YZ and another Banshee in. So I've been working on that Banshee and I've been working on that YZ and da-da-da-da. So we're at the point with the YZ, with the other Banshee, to where I'm just waiting on some carbs. So in the meantime, I just went ahead and start continuing to put this one together and getting these small things done that I've been trying to get done. Hopefully that fan wasn't too much and you were all able to hear me through it. Let me go see. Yeah, I just checked it out. You all can hear me pretty decently. So this one is getting close to being wrapped up. When it's done, that'll be kind of like my release video, my final one that's going on. But, you know, I'm pretty sure that if I would have waited another 5 minutes of sitting on it, kind of revving it a little bit, giving it some idle, letting it warm up, this one would have stayed fine. But I do have 27.5 pilots coming in. So we'll just see if I'm going to use those or not. And, you know, I like to use those once I go pipes and once I go pods. This is kind of my go-between pipes and open air box. So we'll see. Looking good sitting back there. I don't think there's any more for me to tell you all about this one. Seat cover came from Dylan. Rupert, ATV seats by Dylan. Just want to make sure everybody who helped me out with this, if I didn't say, my boy Tyler helped me out with the pipes and a whole bunch of other small parts. He gave me some like red hoses, pipes, Nerf bars, and things like that. And I have a buddy who was down in southern West Virginia who I ended up trading some of those parts for a transmission. So I almost have another complete bottom end of parts. And I have a transmission, a crank, cases. I just need to get like the shift drum and the shift forks and all that. I think I've already talked about purchasing those from Spencer. However, I'm just going to take it slow with that because I want to go ahead and get this one done. And once this one is done, I'm good to move on to the next one that I'm doing. And if I'm still waiting on the carbs there, once this one's done, we're going to be on the Tri-Z. Tri-Z is good to go. The Tri-Z just has has some carbs stuff that I need to work. Not a lot of carbs. I just need to figure out the beginning jetting. You know, like usually you get a good starting point and you can go from there. I need a good starting point and go from there. But all right, that's it. If you enjoyed this kind of content, hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that the next time I upload a video, you'll be notified and you can follow in the future. All righty.